Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdy Soccer channel. Match day 7 had some bangers. Joseph Martinez getting a hat trick for San Jose. Toronto FC going into Miami and getting a draw. What are we going to see here in match day 8? I cannot wait for this weekend. Before we jump into our predictions for match day 8, we have to take a look at the Nerdy Soccer table as always. Make sure that you join in on the Nerdy Soccer table. Points are still low. There's a very much of a long season left. You have a chance to get that first place spot and get your chance to win an MLS jersey. If you finish first, you get an MLS jersey at the end of the season of your choosing. So make sure you join that. The link is in the description. QR code is on the screen there. Make sure you join in. But currently, sitting at the top of the table, we have Nick Fortune with 10 points and Jerry G with 10 points tied for first. Then we have a lone third place person there with Samuel 22 with 9 points. And then, yes, I am there in the top 5 with Save Crystal Gaming at 8 points, tied for fourth. If you want to see the full list to see where you're at, if you are below that, if you're not in the top 5, the link is down in the description. You can see the whole table, the whole standings. Now, enough of the Nerdy Soccer table. Let's jump in to match day 8 predictions. We will start off with our first match of the weekend, and that is Toronto FC versus Minnesota United. Toronto looking not good, but not bad, especially in their last 2 matches. They are currently 2 draws and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Currently on a 2-draw streak, if that's even a thing. Minnesota United currently on a 2-match winning streak with 3 wins and 2 draws there in their last 5 matches. Minnesota is looking pretty good this season with 4 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, where Toronto have yet to win a match. But they did go down to Miami at this past weekend and get a draw, which should be a huge confidence booster for them there in Toronto. The expected goals here, though, Minnesota 2, Toronto 0. I don't know if I can go with that. Yes, Toronto are only averaging a half a goal there at home, and Minnesota's averaging 1.5. The win probability heavily in favor of Minnesota United here at 70%, and only 11% win probability for Toronto. Bernadeschi had a great goal there against Miami. Everybody is raving about it. I think this is going to be a confidence booster, and I think that Toronto win their first match of the season, and it's here at home over Minnesota. Yes, I think Minnesota is doing good. I like what Yeboah is doing for Minnesota. I like him up top. Alawense also playing great for Minnesota, but I have to say Toronto win this one at home, and they win this match 2-1 over Minnesota United. Now, for our next matchup, that is Atlanta United versus the New England Revs. Currently, Atlanta United 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Definitely not living up to what I expected them to be doing this season. The Revs, though, 1 win and 4 losses in their last 5 matches, currently coming off of a loss in the past weekend. Atlanta at home, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, where the Revs have not won on the road yet with 1 draw and 2 losses. The expected goals in this one is 1-0 in favor of Atlanta, which I could see. This is a possibility in this one. The win probability is also in favor of Atlanta at 55% and only 17% there for New England. Atlanta are averaging almost 2 goals a match there at home, where New England is only averaging 0.3 goals on the road. I think that the Revs score in this one, but I think Atlanta win at home there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They need to start. They got to start doing something. It's killing me that we're getting these draws. We're not winning. We're not scoring a lot of goals. I mean, our last game, we only scored 1 goal, and it was a penalty kick. Why are we not scoring more? I know that it's early, and a lot of these guys came in right at the beginning of the season, did not get a full offseason, but they're professionals. They should be doing better. But I think that Atlanta win this match over the New England Revs. The Revs just have not shown me anything that they should win this, and they only have 1 win on the season. So I have to say Atlanta wins this match 3-1 over the Revs. Next up, we have Orlando City versus the New York Red Bulls. Orlando's match against Philadelphia over the weekend was something that we were not expecting, I don't think. And that ended up in a 0-0 draw, which a lot of people went with them scoring a bunch of goals between the two teams. And then you have the Red Bulls coming off of a win in this past weekend, which is good for them. They need to start getting on the ball. I don't feel like they're doing as good as we thought at the beginning of the season here. Orlando City, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where the Red Bulls, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Orlando, though, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak, have 2 wins there at home, where the Red Bulls have yet to win on the road. The expected goals in this one is a 1-1 draw there in Orlando, which I can't really see. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we're going to see more goals than 1-1. Orlando's averaging 3.3 there at home, but they are allowing 2.3. So I definitely expect both teams to score in this one, even though that is something that I said for last week with Orlando versus Philadelphia. Red Bulls are allowing a goal on the road where they're only scoring 0.33. But like I said, Orlando is allowing a lot of goals on the road at home there. So I think the Red Bulls will get goals in this one. The win probability very close in this one. 39% in favor of the Red Bulls, 37% in favor of Orlando City. But I'm going to have to go with that draw probability at 23%. And I actually think this match ends in a 2-2 draw there in Orlando. Next up, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus Austin FC. I think Vancouver are the real deal this year. They are doing fantastic, and I'm pretty sure they even won in the midweek in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Austin, though, finally turning around. They had a hard start. They did not do very well, but currently 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5. Vancouver, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5. So both of these teams are in very good form. And yes, that last 5 is just MLS regular season. It does not count Champions Cup or any other kind of tournament. Vancouver have won 3 there at home, but Austin have won 2 on the road. The expected goals, though, in this one is supposed to be a 0-0 draw with a 48% chance of a draw there between these two. I don't think that's going to happen. Even though Vancouver are coming off of a midweek match, I think they are just a better team than Austin. Austin does have the attacking power, but they are not scoring on the road yet. Only averaging 0.6 goals on the road, and they're only averaging 0.7 goals total. I think that Vancouver get the job done here at home, and I actually think that they get a shutout. They get the clean sheet against Austin, and I think they win this match 2-0 over Austin there in Vancouver. So staying there in Canada, we have CF Montreal versus Charlotte FC. This is going to be Montreal's first home match of the season. They are currently 2 draws and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Charlotte FC, though, 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. I think this is going to be a good matchup. Charlotte have yet to win on the road. Montreal, this, like I said, is their very first home match. The expected goals in this one, though, is in favor of Charlotte because Montreal are not looking good, currently averaging 0.5 goals altogether. Charlotte, 2 goals for, 5 goals against there on the road. The win probability heavily in favor of Charlotte to win this one on the road with a 16% chance of a draw. I have to go with that. I have to say that Charlotte will go on the road and win this. I think Montreal, it's one of those things I feel like Montreal might win this because it is their first home match. They are struggling. They, just got rid of their coach recently and 2 match days ago, I believe it was. So I think this is going to be a good game, but I think Charlotte's going to come out on top and they win this match 2-1 over Montreal. That leads us into DC United versus FC Cincinnati. DC are in shambles right now. They are not doing well, coming off of a terrible loss to San Jose last weekend. Currently 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses, currently on a 3-match losing streak. FC Cincinnati, I feel like FC Cincinnati have been quiet. They've been quietly, they're not doing great, but they're doing good with 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. They have won one on the road, but they have lost two. DC United at home, 1 win, 2 draws, and a loss. So they're not looking terrible at home. I know that 2 draws doesn't sound that great. It's not very appealing. The expected goals in this one, they're expecting Cincinnati to win this match 2-1 over DC United. And I'm not sure. The win probability, 62% in favor of FC Cincinnati. 19% on both the win probability and draw probability for DC United to win is that 19% for a draw. Benteke still doing Benteke things with 5 goals on the season, but Evander is killing it for Cincinnati in this one. And I think that, I hate to say this because I want DC United to do good, just because they're in proximity to me. They're one of the closer teams to me. And, we have some subs that are DC United fans. So I want to see them do well. I just think Cincinnati are a very much better team. I will stick with it. If you can shut down Benteke, you beat DC United. And unfortunately, that is all that DC United have is Benteke, in my opinion. So I actually think FC Cincinnati go on the road here. We're going to have another away win. I think Cincinnati win this match 2-0 over DC United. So heading north a little bit, we have NYCFC versus Philadelphia Union. NYCFC coming off of a loss, currently on a 2-match losing streak with 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5. Where the Union, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a draw 0-0 with Orlando and then a loss in the week before. NYCFC have 1-2 there at home, where Philadelphia have 1-2 on the road. They are averaging 2.3 goals a match there on the road, while NYCFC are averaging 1.6 goals there at home. They're expecting this one to end in a 2-1 victory for Philadelphia Union, with the win probability 59% in favor of the Union, 21% in favor of NYCFC. I think this is going to be a good matchup. This is going to be one of those ones that it's close at the end of the game. I think that Philadelphia could be up 2-1 and NYCFC try to push to get a draw, and then Philadelphia hit on a counter and win this match. I think that this match ends in a 3-1 victory for Philadelphia there on the road against NYCFC. Next up, we have Sporting Kansas City versus the Portland Timbers. This is a not so good team matchup. I know that Timbers are 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses on this season, but they have been so inconsistent, where we know Sporting Kansas City have not done well at all, except for last weekend. They did beat St. Louis City in their first win of the season, and they actually looked pretty good. And Joveljic is finally, scoring goals, and I think that it's going to be a spark for him there at Sporting Kansas City. Currently, Sporting Kansas City, 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Timbers, though, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5. Currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak. The expected goals in this one is 1-0 in favor of the Timbers, with a 53% win probability for the Timbers. I have to go against this. I think that we're going to see Sporting Kansas City win back-to-back matches. I think that it was a confidence booster. St. Louis has a very, very good defense, not a very good offense. And again, the Timbers are not scoring a lot. They're scoring 1 goal a game pretty much. And I think that Sporting Kansas City can win this game at home. And I think that they do here. And I think that they win this match 1-0 over the Timbers. So another match that this is a match that I think might be a good one, and that is Chicago Fire versus Inter Miami. Currently, Chicago, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where Inter Miami, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5 matches. Inter Miami are coming off of a midweek game against LAFC in the Champions Cup, which they are moving on in the Champions Cup. The expectation here is definitely Inter Miami to win, and they're saying it's going to be a 2-1 victory for them. 61% win probability for Miami here on the road. I think this game is going to be closer than what we think. We saw that it is possible with Toronto going to Miami and getting a draw. I don't think Chicago win, though. I think Chicago's kind of struggling. They've been struggling in the last 2 match days, coming off of, before that, a 3-match winning streak. I just think the Inter Miami is a better side. I think we all think that. I think that Inter Miami go on the road here and win this match 3-2 over Chicago Fire there at Soldier Field. Now, for another matchup that I think is going to be great this weekend, that is St. Louis City versus Columbus Crew. Yes, St. Louis City are currently on a 3-match losing streak, and then 2 wins before that. That is their last 5 matches, where Columbus Crew, 2 wins and 3 draws in our last 5, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak and a 2-match winning streak. Columbus are clicking. We all thought that, okay, maybe not all of us, but I thought that Columbus was not going to have a great season because they lost Cucho. They have no striker, but then they're also making a move in the midweek where they're getting Gazdag from the Philadelphia Union, which is mind-blowing to me, and that is a huge pickup for Columbus in my opinion. St. Louis are 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss there at home. Columbus Crew 2 wins and a draw on the road with no losses. The expected goals is 0-0 in this one. Columbus are only averaging 1.3 goals a match. St. Louis are only allowing 0.33, so that is why we get that 0. And then St. Louis, on the other hand, they're not scoring. And that is the biggest problem for St. Louis right now. They cannot score. They have opportunities. They had so many opportunities against Sporting Kansas City last weekend, and they just didn't finish. You got to finish those shots, especially walling off of the post. You got to finish that. The win probability, 48% there for a draw, but then for a win, it is 37% chance in favor of Columbus, and I think that I have to go with that percentage. I think Columbus Crew go on the road here, and I'm sorry, St. Louis fans. I want St. Louis to do well. They got to get scoring. Until they start scoring, I cannot pick them again. I think Columbus go on the road here and win this match 1-0 over St. Louis City. Now, this next match is one of those ones that both teams are not doing that great. That is LA Galaxy versus Houston Dynamo. Even though the Dynamo are coming off of a win last weekend, the Galaxy 2 draws and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, where Houston 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Between both of these teams, they only have 1 victory on the season, and that is the Houston Dynamo at home. So on the road here, no wins, 2 draws, and a loss, where the Galaxy have lost all 3 of their matches there at home. The expected goals in this one is in favor of Houston to win 1-0 over the Galaxy. The win probability, 40% chance for Houston, 31% chance of a draw, and 28% chance that the Galaxy win this match. Finally, Ramirez is on the score sheet for the Galaxy. I was wondering when he was going to score. I thought that was a good pickup for them, and as of right now, it really hasn't been. I thought that he deserved a starting spot, just like Capana there in the Revs, and both of them are proving me wrong that they deserve that kind of spotlight, I guess is how you would say it. But in this match, I think that the Galaxy finally get a result at home. No, it's not a win, though. I'm sorry, Galaxy fans. I think that this match ends in a 1-1 draw there in LA for the Galaxy and Houston. Now, this next matchup is a showdown there in California. That is LAFC versus San Jose Earthquakes. LAFC not looking that great on the season. In my opinion, 3 wins and 4 losses altogether. In their last 5, only 1 win and 4 losses. Currently on a 2-match losing streak, and they lost there in the midweek against Inter Miami. San Jose also not looking that great, but looked good last weekend with that win against DC United. 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. LAFC, though, at home, 2 wins and only 1 loss, where San Jose are 1 win and a loss there on the road. It is crazy to think that LAFC are averaging under a goal there at home, but they're only allowing 0.33. San Jose are scoring on the road with averaging 1.5 goals, but they are allowing 2.5. The expected goals in this one, San Jose 2-1 over LAFC on the road. And boy, I would actually love that. I would like to see that just because Joseph Martinez is my favorite player. Him and Arango both have 4 goals there for San Jose this season so far. The win probability is still in favor of San Jose at 61%. That is a huge percentage, in my opinion. But I don't think that happens. I think that LAFC at home are just a good side at home. And I have to go with that 19% of a draw probability. I think that this one, San Jose go on the road and get a point. I think this one ends in a 2-2 draw there in LA. Coming down the stretch now, we have FC Dallas versus Seattle Sounders. Currently, Dallas 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Seattle Sounders are struggling. 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses there in their last 5 matches. Man, I'm getting all caught up in my words there. Seattle have not won in their last 5 matches. They have not won yet on the road. Dallas not looking great at home with 1 win and 2 losses. They're averaging a goal, though, at home. Seattle are not averaging a goal at all, pretty much just 0.25, which is hard to believe for a Seattle team. I know that they are very much injury-ridden right now. The expected goals, though, in this one is supposed to be a 1-1 draw for these two there in Dallas. But the win probability is in favor of Dallas at 48% with a 24% chance of a draw. I can't go with the expected goals. I don't think that we see a 1-1 draw here. I actually don't see Seattle scoring, even though Dallas allows almost 2 goals a game there at home. Seattle are just struggling to score, and I think that that continues. I think that Dallas win this match at home, get their second win there, and win this match 2-0 over the Seattle Sounders. Now, our second to last match of the weekend, we have Nashville SC versus Real Salt Lake. Currently, Nashville 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Real Salt Lake 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Real Salt Lake looked pretty good over the weekend. Diego Luna had 2 goals, and the one was magnificent. A defender kind of had a heavy touch, and he just came in and like a lightning bolt just smashes it into the back of the net. Great goal. Diego Luna, I have nothing but praise for him. I can't wait to see where he is in the next couple seasons. Nashville, though, at home 2 wins, a draw, and a loss, where the Real Salt Lake only have 1 win on the road with 2 losses. Nashville is averaging a goal and a half there at home, where Real Salt Lake on the road are only averaging 0.6, and they are allowing 2.3 goals a match on the road. The expected goals here is a win for Nashville, 1-0 over Real Salt Lake, and the win probability 60% chance in favor of Nashville to win this one at home. And as much as I like Diego Luna, I think that Nashville, yes, they are on a 2-match losing streak, but before that they had a 3-match winning streak. I think them going back to Geodis Park here, they win this match. And I think that they win this match 1-0 over Real Salt Lake. And for our final match of match day 8, that is Colorado Rapids versus San Diego FC. Currently, Colorado are being quiet, but looking pretty decent. 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses this season so far. Currently 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. San Diego, very much a surprise to me, and I guess I should have looked at their roster a little bit better before the season. I'm definitely wrong at where they're going to place in the Western Conference. 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, coming off of a great win there over last match day. Currently, Colorado at home 1-1-1. San Diego 2 wins and a loss there on the road. Colorado averaging almost 2 goals a match there at home, but allowing 2, where San Diego are scoring 2 and only allowing 1 on the road. The expected goals in this one is a win for San Diego, 1-0 over the Rapids, with a 63% winning probability for San Diego. But I have to say, even though I really like San Diego and what they are doing so far, Colorado have been kind of quiet. And I can't go with that 63% chance of a win probability for San Diego. I'm going to go with the 22% chance of a draw. I think that this one ends in a 1-1 draw there in Colorado. So that is it for my match day 8 predictions. Tell me down below what your predictions are for this match day. Again, make sure that you join the Nerdy Soccer table. The link is in the description. QR code is on the screen. Climb the table. Get in that first place spot to win a jersey at the end of the season, and we will see you for the next video.